Hello everyone, and today we're back into another top 5, and we're going to be talking about the top 5 ugliest Loomians in Loomian Legacy. So these are based off the Loomian Legacy designs for the game, and these I found to be the top 5 ugliest designs. It doesn't make any of these designs bad, but it doesn't make them look good neither. So let's head right onto this top 5. So number 5 onto this list is actually going to be Tundralin's design. And I am not talking about the male Tundralin at all. It actually looks amazing. But we're talking about the female Tundralin without the horns. I don't know what it is, but the horns really add a lot to Tundralin's design. But without them, it makes it look, I don't know, it makes it look off. It just doesn't feel right having a Tundralin without the horns. And you could also say that with most variations as well. Wrestling looks off without them. Venolin looks off without them. Honestly, I would rather just get the horns for the Vari designs in general. But the problem is with Tundralin is that it kind of takes away from the design when you get rid of the horns. And I'm not just saying that because, oh, it's a male and the other one's a female. Legitimately, those horns really makes Tundralin's design good. And without them, it just feels off and it just feels lazy in my eyes. So, yeah, it's just a huge chunk of mess without the horns adding to it. And that's why Tundralin is number 5. It isn't the worst looking design in the game, but I just feel like without the horns, it really doesn't make it that good. With the horns, Tundralin is a really good design. But without it, yeah, it doesn't really fit well, and I don't really like it too much. And that's why it's number 5 on the list. So number 4 onto this list is actually going to be Vesperata. There were actually a few starters that could have made this list. I was thinking about putting Tatub up there and maybe even Valkyrie, but I decided to go with Vesperata. And the thing is with Vesperata's design isn't bad. This is not a bad design at all. Honestly, I think it's a really good design. The problem is the design that they went for just does not fit. Like, I mean, it's a bat vampire-y thing, and it doesn't look like the prettiest thing in the world. Honestly, it looks pretty ugly. Kind of like what Vesperata should be. But the thing is, this is top 5 ugliest Loomians. This is the top 5 worst design Loomians. So, unfortunately, Vesperata does make the list. Of course, Vesperata's design does not affect how it does in PvP. It's a really good PvP Loomian. It's a top 15 PvP Loomian. It's really good. Probably one of the best spirit types in the game right now. But design-wise, it's not a very pretty design. It does look pretty ugly, and it does look like something you would expect from a Vesperata, and that's why it's on the list. Again, the design is good. It's just that it is pretty ugly. There's a couple ways you could make it not ugly, but that would probably get rid of Vesperata's character. So, I like the design as it is, but it definitely is very ugly. Number 3 onto this list is going to be Phage. What the heck happened here? Like, Phage is an amazing PvP Loomian, but what the heck happened here? You went from a simple but really good design in Phage to this chunk of mess. What is this? Like, you have wires that are dangling this massive torso part with, like, gigantic arms and, like, no head? Like, what the heck is this design? With Phage, it actually has proper form and actually looks pretty sleek while looking simple. This looks like a design that's way too heavily complex to the point that it makes the design look worse. It's like, again, I don't think it's a bad design, but it just looks way too complicated than it actually really needs to be. I mean, why is its eyes below its chest? That makes no sense. And why is its head so small? Like, it makes no sense. I do like the fingers. I do like the fingers of Phage knots. But I don't really like how the wires hold them up. The feet kind of reminds me of a spider feeling, and I don't like that at all. And its face, its torso and face are the worst parts of the design. It's definitely a very ugly design, unfortunately. And it definitely deserves to be in the top 3 on this list. Number 2 onto this list is going to be the ugly Loomian itself, Cenomars. Oh god, this might be the ugliest design in the entire game. What the heck is Cenomars? Like, what the heck is this thing? This thing looks so wrong in every single way. Its face is pure ugliness. Its legs are pure ugliness. I guess the only good thing could be the ears, but even then, this thing is the pure definition of ugly. It's a very good ranged tank, but other than that, it is just an ugly chunk of mess. So why isn't Cenomars number 1? Well, it's so ugly that I actually kind of find it good. I kind of find it a funny kind of ugly. Like, so bad, it's actually kind of hilarious. Like, with all the other designs on the list, if those Loomians got a redesign, I would actually be happy with. With Cenomars, I would honestly feel kind of sad if they changed Cenomars' design. It's that bad, and it's actually kind of hilarious. Which, unlike number 1, it actually is relatively alright. Like, it's ugly. It's the ugliest design in the entire game, and this probably should be number 1. But the number 1 design scuffed up so bad that I couldn't put it below Cenomar. So, yeah. The worst Loomian Legacy design in Loomian Legacy is Iguana. What the heck happened? The scales are just a complete wrong color. The brownish makes it look like a pile of poop. And you went from Geklo's really simple and really cute design to this ugly chunk of mess. What is this? This is the combination of yellowish, brownish, and greenish puke. That's what Iguana is. Like, it isn't the most ugliest thing in the game, but at least compared to Cenomars. But this design is so bad that if Iguana was gotten rid of in the entire game, I wouldn't feel bad about it. Its design is that bad. You went from an amazing, cute design in Geklo to one of the worst and most uninspired designs in the entire game. Iguana is by far one of the ugliest Loomians in the entire game. Not just design-wise, but also morality-wise. My icon on the channel is Geklo, and this is its evolved form. This ugly chunk of mess that looks like a pile of poop rather than an actual Loomian to use as your thumbnail on the channel. And that's why Iguana is number 1 on this list. And here it is, the worst and ugliest design in the entire game. Loomian Legacy developers, please change Iguana's design. Make it actually look good, because, man, Geklo's need it. Hope you guys enjoyed this list of me talking about the top 5 ugliest Loomians, and I will see y'all all later. Bye-bye!